Good evening friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I was really excited when I thought about doing the Ikea video because Ikea is a role model when it comes to brick and mortar. What they have built over the past 50-60 years is unfathomable, and I thought let's do a video on Ikea and look at some of the key reasons how they became the largest furniture retailer in the world. So Ikea was founded by Ingvar Kamprad in 1945 as a mail-to-order business that actually didn't sell furniture. They started selling furniture in the 50s, and this guy was really a young entrepreneur. He was around 17 years old when he founded this organization, and he had a real vision. He saw that furniture was pretty expensive. It was huge, difficult to transport because of the size of furniture. So he thought about, let's make it accessible to more people. Let's look at how we can bring transportation costs down. Let's make it do it yourself. Let's make it easy for everyone. And that is how he came up with the idea of flatpack. Flatpack is the single most successful, innovative idea that Ikea launched their furniture model with, that gained them the popularity what they are today. If we talk about statistics, it's absolutely mind-boggling. Ikea does over $45 billion a year. In 2020, they had more than 4 billion visitors to their website. They have more than 200,000 employees, and they have about 400 big box stores. So you can see the length and breadth of this business and the kind of numbers that they generate. So one of the most coveted features that Ikea has is that they are able to ensure that customers stay engaged in their store. So if for most people who have visited an Ikea will notice that once you get in, you can't get out. You're stuck. You're basically captive to all their designs to get you to buy something or eat in their cafe, or discover at every point something unique. So Ikea basically works on this concept which is called the dwell theory, wherein every retailer, if there is one metric they worry about, it is the dwell time of the customer. And Ikea's dwell time of an average customer is about 1.5 to 2 hours. So that is where the magic happens. Ikea also has the system whereby you can't really get out of the store midway. You have to cross through the entire zone. They've designed their store in such a way that it is a maze. It's a maze of discovery. There are curves every 50 feet that give you that excitement of discovering new things and new products as you move through, coupled with a very beautiful store where you can actually see that it is decluttered. And there is a little Apple-esque kind of feeling when you go to Ikea. And I think that that minimalist concept, that functionality, the simplicity of design is actually something that Apple took from Ikea. Because if you walk into an Ikea store, look at their formats, look at the ambience. There's white walls everywhere. There's furniture which is very well presented in some terms of themes and stories. When you have a lot of these small knickknacks that you want to buy, they are well merchandised, wall-to-wall, striped, where the product is the star. So they try to make sure that they capture you with very simplistic displays, and they use a lot of these techniques to get you to buy more. Another thing is, when you walk into Ikea, you want to spend the entire day in Ikea. And they've done a very smart thing. If you don't buy furniture from them, you're definitely going to spend enough of time which makes you feel hungry enough to eat. And then they have the fantastic Ikea cafe with their trademark Swedish meatballs. For people who find the Ikea restaurant too expensive, you can move to the cafe where they give you hot dogs and tea at very, very reasonable prices. So what I'm saying is that Ikea has built this world around you where if you enter this world, you're definitely not going to come out empty-handed. You will either spend on their F&B. They've also very smartly integrated a kids play area. And this kids play area basically is where your kids can hang out, watch movies, go into the ball pool and really have a great time. So Ikea has thought about all these things to entice you to spend more time in the store and basically to entice you to spend more money. Another thing, coming back to this concept that we spoke about, which is basically flat pack. Scientists have done a lot of research on this element, and they've come out with a term called the Ikea Effect. So what is the Ikea Effect? Basically, when you get a piece of furniture where you have to basically DIY, do it yourself, that gives you a sense of, some sort of association with the product, because you're involved in the building of that particular product. And that actually is called the Ikea Effect. You feel a lot more connected. Ikea created a furor when they opened in Hyderabad. It looked like all roads from India only went to the Ikea store. I'm lucky because I live actually 15 minutes from an Ikea store, in Bombay. So it's an amazing experience, and people in India have never really experienced something like this. I'm predicting now that once the pandemic is done and IKEA is able to expand their footprint across India, I think India will be one of the biggest markets for IKEA, because IKEA's main concept is price, functionality, design. Of course, one thing that I feel will be a barrier is that in India, labor is cheap. Indians are not the European and the American type who will come in and have that Mr. Bob fix-it kind of mentality, where they will want to assemble their furniture, or they'll want to flat pack and transport the furniture in their car, because Indians are a bit spoiled because labor is cheap. So they would definitely, that is one of the elements that IKEA will have to pay more attention to in terms of getting people into assembly, getting people to do deliveries. But other than that, I think they've got a safe and sound model. IKEA is set to break some new records in India, and I don't see why not. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember that I'm trying to keep my videos in about 5 to 6 minutes, because you guys have a short attention span, and I don't want to talk forever and bore you. But I try to cover most of the important points in my videos, something that is really impactful and something that you can actually impact in your own space wherever you work, to bring in the innovation, to bring in something unique, and to look at what has been tried and tested, and why not adapt it to your own business model. So I'll see you at the next video. Have a good day.